Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be watching The Promised Neverland episode 2. So this is the third of the anime samplers that I'm watching. The first one was Death Note, the second was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This one obviously is The Promised Neverland. The fourth one is Steins Gate, and then the fifth one I still haven't decided. I always feel like, oh, maybe I'm going to watch this one, but then I change my mind. And so I actually don't know what I will be watching for my fifth one. You will find out probably the day after I decide. All right, so let's talk about this show because it is not remotely what I expected. I had no idea. I go in blind, as blind as I possibly can. And this one, The Promised Neverland, I assumed it has something to do with children because Neverland definitely has a Peter Pan vibe. Promised, it seems like something that would be broken. And so I just figured it had to do with children and an adventure, maybe a land they went to or whatever. I was not expecting that children would be farmed and delivered to vertically bifocaled alien monster demony type creatures. Not what I was expecting at all. When I first started watching the first episode, I found the animation to be kind of distracting. The characters had very pinched noses, but very round faces, very juvenile feeling. But that makes sense given the age of the protagonists. So over the course of that episode, it didn't really seem to bother me all that much. In fact, in many ways, I think it probably contributes to it. Kind of the youthfulness of the animation acts as a counterpoint to the intensity of the plot. I don't know. Who knows? Something else that I found really interesting was the use of silence to really enhance periods of tension, particularly when they're by the gate, and the fact that there's no music, it's just very silent. And I don't think anime uses long stretches of silence as much as maybe like live action drama does. So the use of that, at least from my perspective, was pretty jarring and really added to the creep factor of that scene. And then the drip, drip, drip. I mean, that was just, it was almost like a metronome or a clock like ticking down. It was super well done. So those are my thoughts from episode 1. Things that I think are going to happen in episode 2. So I assume that they're going to try to escape. But we can tell from the calendar from the last episode that they know when someone's going to be harvested. So I feel like they're going to have some time to really figure out what they're going to be doing. But I'm worried that either someone's going to be called up for harvesting early, or mom, who's now super creepy, is going to figure out that it's them, and it's really going to expedite the process of delivery of the children and therefore up their timeline for escape. So that is where I'm at in terms of what I think is going to happen. I feel like the dark emo dude is probably going to find out this episode because the show really set them, the three of them, up as the masterminds and really the bright ones. So I have a feeling that he is going to be brought in. They're probably going to ask for his help or something. And then the three of them together are going to create a strategy to escape, possibly this episode. So that's what I think is going to happen. May or may not be correct, but we shall see. Oh, thank you so much for being supportive and wonderful to Laura. I loved having Laura visit. She works for the diocese, so she was here for an ordination and stuff. Or was it? No, it was confirmation. And so she was here for that. And I mean, she's just awesome. And I met her in college. We were in women's choir together. And I actually became friends with her brother first. And then I met Laura and was like, oh my gosh, Laura's awesome. And college friends, there's just like a unique bond between college friends. And I mean, I guess it's not always the case, but it definitely is for me. And that my college friends, which include Laura and Fran and Abby, I talked about Fran before, and Abby and Dawn, which by the way, it is Don, not Dom. So people have been writing Don/Dom, and it's Don as in Donald. Anyway, so he's a college friend, and they there's just something really great about the fact that we can talk about really interesting intellectual things that I really appreciate. And I don't necessarily have with my friends here in Kansas City. That doesn't make my relationship with Kansas City any less important or strong. They're just different. And in fact, a lot of my friends in Kansas City are whip smart, like super intelligent, but we just didn't our relationship was founded on something different than in college when you stay up super late and debate whether digital photography is actually real art. You know, that type of thing. So it's just different. So I'm really excited because they're coming to my wedding. Yeah. So we're all going to be together, and I think I'm one of the last ones to get married. So this is the last reunion of sorts that we're going to have, unless, you know, like we really make an effort to have a reunion, which I hope will happen because they're delightful. So, all right, let's do this. Oh, my foot's asleep. Ah, gosh darn it. They're screwed. They're screwed. People are gonna die. It's just gonna happen. But I'm glad he now knows. So there's Emma, Norman, and Ray. Is that the angsty emo guy? Um, but yeah, so he's now in, and they're going to work together. I did find Norman's like, I like her and I want her to be happy and I want her to smile or whatever. I thought that was just kind of a little weird. I mean, I get it, but I think his delivery was just one of like, it was just kind of, yeah. And now they have an additional mother that they have to contend with, and a baby to escape with. This has been really good. So this might be my top at this point in time. I mean, for a couple reasons. Number one, it has artistic merit. Number two, it's a great story. Number three, I am on the edge of my seat for a large chunk, I guess the edge of my cushion, for a large part of it. And it's also short, so I can finish this one and then move on to the next. So, yeah, but we'll see what Steins Gate has to offer. I'm intrigued by the semicolon that's in the title. And then the mystery fifth one that I have no idea what it is. So, okay. Well, I hope you enjoy that, and I will see you next time. Bye.